is a gold dirt road too old. Out of nothing, got a deed to the land, but it ain't my ground. This is God's country. We pray for rain and thank Him when it's falling, 'cause it brings a grain. Money, we put it back in the plate. I guess that's why they call it God's country. I saw the light in the sunrise, sitting back in the 40 on a muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shine with the dogs running. Saved by the sound of the being found, Dixie whistle in the wind that'll get you heaven bound. Devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country. We turn to dirt and work until the week's done. We take a break and break bread on Sunday, then do it all again, 'cause we're proud to be from God's country. I saw the light in the sunrise, sitting back in the 40 on a muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shine with the dogs running. Saved by the sound of the big foundation, whistle in the wind that'll get you heaven bound. Devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. Oh my God! It's my time, leave me 6 feet deep in God's country.
Cold morning. Everything's crunchy. It's really kind of hard to sneak in the woods when everything's just crunchy. Leaves, grass, puddles of water. So cold right now. It's definitely sub 30.
Our first stop of the 2021 rifle season opener is some small state land in Kennedy, New York. It's got a lot of swampy area, and we know that there's some big bucks in there. But it's a really cold morning, so hopefully they're up and moving. With no luck here in the first spot, Josh is going to try his luck at a field that's always done him well. It's right up behind his old house where he grew up in, and that's where he shot his biggest buck. So let's see how it goes. As the day draws to an end, Josh is really trying to get at least some meat in the freezer. So he sees a few does, one of them's big enough that he likes that he's going to fill the freezer with. So Josh sets up, gets ready, and he's going to take a long shot. It's about a 425-yard shot. That's a doe down right there. Finally, the pressure's off. There's meat in the freezer. Now Josh can focus on finding a nice buck.
can see her laying there. She didn't go anywhere. The 7mm short action alpha mag just drops them right where they're at. So, I see her laying there. She didn't go anywhere. She dropped right where she's
at. Sacrifice. A word that is instilled in every American hero. Whether the mission is carried out on lands afar, or right here on the home front. Having the courage to put their lives on the line to protect you and the ones that you love. We all have a fight that we're fighting, but now it's time that we give back. Primitive Patriot Outdoors proudly announces that we are introducing the Heroes Hunt, giving back to American heroes, helping our heroes find peace through outdoor adventures. With all paid hunting and fishing trips, just for our American heroes. It's time that we thank you. To all our heroes, home and afar, we thank you.
Alright, so we're down in Pennsylvania, just below the Bradford airport, and we're getting ready to set up some of our ground blinds here, and we're going to be spending the entire weekend down here hunting. But I love it because you can see it's pretty clear through all the way through, just like on the other side of the road here. I mean, you can see pretty far. So got great visibility here. So we're gonna get deep into the woods here. Gonna go that way for a while, and try to set up some ground blinds, and we'll be in here tomorrow early in the morning. Try to get in here about 5 o'clock in the morning, an hour and a half before sunlight. Looks like we got some fresh bedding here. Nice local open area. It's all open down there. So we're gonna try to push down to this way a little bit farther, about 300 more yards. Get a good open sight, all that area there. Hopefully tomorrow something big walks through.
As we were walking, we kicked out a big buck. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, but now we know we got some big bucks in this area. And it's got our hopes up for this weekend's hunt.
Alright, so we got our ground blind set up. We're got a nice open area to shoot there. And then we got woods across this creek there. And then behind us, we got a lot of open area, woods, for deer to come walking through. We're on a couple major highways right now. Like right there's a big deer path. We found a lot of signs of poop back here. I found 4 or 5 scrapes, a couple rubs, and we even walked in a couple deer on the way back here to set up. So I got a good feeling about this hunt tomorrow, this weekend. So we'll be back early in the morning tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get out here by 4 o'clock in the morning. That way we can get set up and hopefully tag a big PA buck. See you guys soon. Well, we're out here in the woods. It's about 5:30. So we're all set up. Got a nice little camera set up right. Got a camera set up right there. I've heard already deer moving across the swamp. So I'm the first one in the woods. I left my house at 3:30 this morning. So hopefully it pays off and we can get people to chase us some big bucks. That's the goal. Stay tuned, guys. It's starting to rain again. So sick and tired of rain. Hopefully it stops soon, because it's getting wet. This whole weekend is nothing but rain. Alright, it's finally daylight. I've seen some hunters moving that way. But now that the sun's up, I can start to see I can go in the woods. And then we got a lot of action back that way. I'm hoping hunters coming in from the west, back this way, kick some deer out my way. If that happens, I'm gonna get a clear shot right behind us. I also got a lot of shoot lanes going that way, out toward the east, out by the swamp area. The only thing is, I've seen some hunters walk by there this morning, so I'm gonna have to glass and see exactly where they're at.
Josh has his pucks out with antler ice, doe, and heat, hoping it'll bring in a nice big buck once they get a whiff of it.
The temperature's dropped about, I don't know, at least 10 degrees. It's cold. It's like miserable out. Hey, Monster. You should sponsor me. It's how I stay awake at 3:30 in the morning to get out in the woods. Monster Energy. Come on. You gotta do it. Also, we're trying something new.
Just then we heard a shot coming from behind us. And this one was close. About 10 minutes later, this guy was dragging out a big old Pennsylvania buck. Good job, buddy.
bud. Good job.
As the day goes by, I notice I was actually surrounded by a bunch of hunters. But what's a good thing is they're all getting up to leave for the afternoon.
That's what it's all about right there. Father and son. That's just all about.
As the day goes on, it's followed by grunting, grunting, more grunting, grunting, a little bit more grunting, and decided to glass for a bit. Checking out the surroundings, and followed by, you guessed it, more grunting. It was at this point the action really started kicking up. Way off there in the trees, I heard a doe come running in. They were circling around, and then I noticed there was a small buck chasing them. Maybe there's a bigger one yet to come. But this is when my camera starts dying. Because of the cold air, the battery died. And right after I cut this scene, I had to change out batteries. And that's when the buck came in.
Barker Outdoors. Barker Outdoors offers you today's hottest products in predator hunting, including night vision, thermal optics, and coyote calls. Check them out today or visit their shop in Youngstown, New York. Barker Outdoors.
Alright guys, our PA buck just come running up while I was getting ready to switch batteries out, so I couldn't get a camera shot, but we dropped him. He's over there dead. Whew. He's not a big buck, but he's a decent size PA buck. So I was sitting here. I used this fallen tree as a blind just now. We had a couple does running. I was taking the battery out, and I heard some motion coming up over there, and there he is. So we're gonna go over and look at him. So he's over here. The only crappy part is we're about 45 minutes back into the woods, so it's gonna be a long haul out. We might just quarter him up right here. But very successful day today. We had a lot of action. Had a lot of doe. I've seen about 40 doe running through these woods, but I had a herd of doe run up to me, and then there was a little spike came at me, and then this one was charging right at me, so there he is. Whew. Now, one thing to do, never try to see if he's you always want to make sure he's dead before you're going up there, so poke his eye, he's a dead one. It's a nice one. Nice PA buck. Whew. A little wide there too. He's a nice one.
Well, we got her done. New 7mm short action Ultra Mag I built this year. Nice, interesting looking PA buck here. Got one brow tine. This one, it's not broke off or anything. It's an interesting little deer here. But he coming and running with my antler ice, doe and heat. So, and I've been doing some buck and grunt calls. We've been at this all morning since I got in the woods about 5:30. But as the day was ending there, I didn't think we'd get one, but we got her. We filled the tag. That's all it's all about. So we'll film or edit the rest of the videos from today and show you what led up to this point. So make sure you follow PrimitivePatriotOutdoors.com on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Hunt smart, hunt safe. I also like to thank Huntworth Clothing, Primo's Calls, Vortex Optics. Job well done, guys. Job well done. This is Primitive Patriot Outdoors TV. Pennsylvania buck hunt done.
Primitive Patriot Outdoors.